Hi, and welcome to your favorite podcast of the Temple Shalom League, the video capsule recaps of your mates. So, I just want to start by saying thank you for the traction on the 24 list. I know that a lot of excitement is built up on that. Remember, if you strike out, you're going to own a 24 pack of beer if you're part of the group. That's the rule. And just want to congratulate Carluccio, the dying Mets fan, who is actually leading the pack with three strikeouts from from this season. I want to say that here's some rumors that he owns some of those 24 packs, but I'll let the committee to actually check that balance. And speaking about numbers, I want to say that the interleague games are over. And with that, we can say the National League rules because they outbeat the American League counterparts, but just by 6 games. It ended up in a 43 wins for the National Leagues with 37 losses, which shows you is a very close competition altogether this season. And we'll have to wait for the Spring Championship Series to actually see who will claim victory after all and the supremacy. And speaking about numbers, the Mets are currently in a gas station record. What does that mean? We're going to fuel with a lot of energy. We're ready for the next stage. And we're going to move right to the emergency mode, which is 911. That's going to be our next record after we manage to get a sweep next week. So, with that, let me just jump into your games recaps. So the games recap for weeknight on the Mets saw us facing our last two rivals from the other league when we had to fight against the Angels and the Red Sox, both on field one, in a very strange overall wind condition. As this field, which is very well known as a hitter field, became a defensive field as there were no home runs given none of those games. The first one, we took the worst part of it against the Angels by losing 5 to 11. We didn't manage to make our routine plays, and that had a burden or a price tag into our final performance. But also, we couldn't materialize or hit altogether. And I want to say that the Angels did capitalize on the win, and they were just dropping bomb after bomb within our field or outfield, and we couldn't actually catch those. And the only logical explanation that I come with that is that Andy and his team had some divine help through Tony Danza, Denzel Washington, and you name it. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go to the comments below. Take a look on that beautiful movie, Angels on the Outfield, one of my favorite baseball movies. And definitely that's what happened and the best definition of our loss on game one. Then we had a break, first one of the season. And then at 12:40, we faced the Red Sox in a very tough, very competitive game in which everyone was fighting to claim the victory, going back and forth affair. Again, no home runs, but a couple of interesting facts from this win from the Mets 9-8. Not only it was a walk-off win, it was our first win when we scored less than 10 runs. So again, we're starting to materialize something here. And I heard a rumor that a team lunch got ruined because of our victory. And some of their members, I'm not going to say who, actually show up in spite of being injured just to get that free lunch. So I'm so sorry for him that we ruined that. But next time, lunch is going to be on us when we face them. So with that, let me just go into your diamond superstars. So your diamond superstars of week 9 for the Mets are Ben Nyan, 3 for 5, 2 runs, a double, a home run, and almost 40% of the RBIs of the team with 6. Donnie Hallman, 3 for 4, a run, a walk, and an RBI. And the good old Ron Roberts, 2 for 4, a run, a walk, and an RBI, and scoring the winning run from first to the walk-off victory against the Red Sox. I know you're waiting. You're thinking, what's next? Yes, the fun voice is next. So let's jump into your favorite section, the fan voice. The Rangers and the Cowboys banner, along with Lady McQueen, that means Mateo's room, your favorite section, the fan voice. I want to say that we created a big of a backlog with all the questions that came because last week we just were able to answer one. So today I'm going to try to do my best and answer 3 questions. So the first one comes from Mike in the Middle from Richardson, Texas. He asks, Leo, what is your secret to grabbing the short hops at first base. You make it look so easy and effortless, like a big leaguer. Thank you very much, Mike, whomever you are, from Richardson. I want to say that my little secret is just to have a semicircle in my glove, just to make sure that this big diameter ball from a softball sticks within this top part of it, and then the rest is just gonna be your quick hands. As you can tell, I have a bit of an old glove, but I'm convinced that this is gonna be the year when I win my first ever Gold Glove in the Temple Shalom League on our year-end breakfast, and with that money, I'm gonna buy a new one. And if not, well, you can always contribute to a GoFundMe. The next one comes from Mets Double Nine from Queens, New York. Look at that. We're getting people from actually the New York City. Dear Leo, Passover started yesterday and was wondering what is your favorite dessert so we can make it part of our Cedars tonight. So thank you, Mets 9. I want to say my overall Jewish dessert that I like is definitely the chocolate babka, but I know that you have to be flourless. So I will strongly recommend to go with chocolate mousse. You cannot go wrong with that. And that definitely is going to bring a joy to all the Jewish community. The last one comes from Boricuan Quiñones from Ponce, Puerto Rico. Dear Leo, consider how competitive it is to get drafted into this national squad to play the Temple Charlotte Softball Classic. Is there any idea that you can propose to expand the number of teams that can join this? So I know the feeling. We actually have a tough time when we were drafting the Venezuelan squad. So what I can say to my dear friends, the Strolls, which are putting together this, hopefully for the 2024 edition, is that we can take the US and divide it by two, West and East. We'll keep Venezuela, we'll keep Israel, and the other breaking thing is that we can take rest of the world and break it into two pieces. We'll have Latin America, in which, of course, we'll exclude Venezuela because we have enough players to do it, unless you don't get drafted by Venezuela. And then, of course, you can claim Venezuela, Latin America as your team. And then the rest of the world, excluding Latin America. With that, you're going to have 16 as opposed to 4. So we're increasing in 24 the number of players that can join this softball World Classic. And hopefully, we start creating more and more exciting with this great initiative from the Strolls. With that, we're going back. We're going heading to week number 10. League divisional matchups are going to start. The end of the season is ahead of us, so get ready. Try to squeeze as many wins as you can. We're just going to have 4 weeks left. You have to make a huge push to actually make it to the big boy playoff, and if not, hopefully you will enjoy the new format that was released for this year. With that, remember, want to have the time of your life? Bring your kiddos, bring your wife. Mets guarantee you the time of your life. Salam.